seafarers. Merchants and warriors band together in settlements.
We're kicking things off today with no other but Norse, which is a Viking-era tactics game that actually blends strategy with the quest for vengeance. As you can see, this ain't a grand strategy game, not a big developer's work either, but it's a big project since last year, or maybe even years. And this game is set in the heart of 9th century Norway, and you're going to be leading a young warrior as he rebuilds his life after his father's murder. You're going to be growing a settlement, gather alliances, and fight in tactical turn-based battles, as you will see. There's a rich story written for the game, and Norse actually lets you craft your own legacy as well, depending on your choices. So this isn't just a revenge story per se, it's a journey to restore what was lost and to claim the honor based on your choices, and a pretty good looking game too.
This is the dawn of the Viking Age. This is Norse.
Coming in at number 2, it's Kingmakers, which is pretty much taking the strategy gaming to a whole new level, blending the brutality of modern warfare with the grit of medieval battles. The game is expected to launch in Steam Early Access in a month and in a full release a few months later. And if you're wondering how would a soldier from the future fare against medieval armies, the answer is actually pretty damn well, and it's here. Motorcycles, tanks, helicopters, and AK-47s unleashed on clueless knights and archers. You're not just a hero here, you're a one-man army rewriting the history during the Welsh Rebellion. Check it out, this game has over 1 million wishlists as of today.
If he's not on the throne, it's over. Forever.
Good day, my friends, and welcome back to the desert.
Moving on to the coolest thing happening in the next few months, we've got Stronghold Crusader Definitive Edition, making a comeback, and he's bringing some major upgrades. Stronghold Crusader was originally released in 2002 and soon became an obsession all over the world. Now, this updated version gets a fresh coat of paint with improved graphics, 2 new campaigns, and even more enemies and units to spice things up. The factions are getting a nice boost with a bunch of new units, and you can even expect a more challenging AI that will keep you on your toes. And basically, if you've been craving a fortress building real-time strategy fix, this could be one to keep an eye on. It's coming out July 15.
The desert is a cruel land, with fearsome opponents to be found, devilishly designed castles, and grand armies to command. So make sure your walls are strong, your soldiers are in good heart, and maybe you will enjoy the smell of victory.
Alright guys, let's get this job done.
On the other hand, it's Commandos Origins, which honestly feels like a solid, much-needed return to the series and more. You've got that classic tactical stealth gameplay, controlling a small team, sneaking around and using gadgets to outsmart the enemy. In fact, if you like, there is even a demo. It's pretty short, but you will see it shows real potential. It's familiar but still fresh, and there's plenty of room to get creative here. Personally, I'm genuinely excited to see how it all unfolds with a full game. It's got all the right pieces, now it's just about seeing how they all come together, and that will be on April 9.
I never said that we can't engage them first.
Didn't you just say they shouldn't even know we're here?
We just gotta make sure they don't have time to react to us. Pinning their herd, simple as that. Fast and precise. That's how we strike.
You're nuts if you think the three of us are enough to pull this off.
If we want to win the war, we don't have a choice. It's not the first time we've done the impossible.
The world is full of wonder, mystery, and culture. But it's also big, and who has the time, eh?
Coming in at number 5, we've got 2 Point Museum. It's available already, still coming out globally in 2 days, and this is basically a game about balancing creativity and the cold hard realities of running a business. You start out excited to design cool exhibits, but quickly find yourself focusing on maximizing profits and meeting just endless one after another demands. So this game mixes managing customer satisfaction, staff needs, and resource management, all the while dealing with problems like stolen exhibits or running out of materials. It's got a lot of quirky humor charm to it. The game is packed with ideas, which can feel overwhelming at times, but it's all held together by its humor and challenges. If you're into sim games, this one's worth checking out. Broken Arrow, which I think we mentioned before, is gonna be more than just another modern warfare real-time strategy. It's basically a battle of wits and firepower where vehicles take center stage. Firstly, this game is set against the backdrop of a fictional US-Russia conflict, and you're going to be commanding everything from infantry to attack helicopters, each unit responding fluidly to your tactics. So whether if it's flanking with tanks or, I don't know, unleashing a precision artillery strikes, game's attention to those strategic details is insane. Like managing supply lines and exploring terrains for cover. It's pretty intense with a full campaign, a multiplayer, and an army builder coming out in June 25. It's definitely revving up for something big. Coming up behind that at number 7 is the long-awaited Slate Spire 2. I'll go into specifics. The new game introduces enhancements, a fresh system that adds a layer of risk and reward to the classic deck building formula. You all know basic general upgrades are going to be there and more depth, which are going to let you modify cards for extra benefits. The choices are even more interesting now this time, and you decide whether to enhance your deck or make risky sacrifices and whatever else. It's reworking one of the original most divisive aspects, and there's a lot more to it too. Anyway, a specific release estimate or basically an early access phase are still yet to be announced. Heroes of Might and Magic Olden Era is also shaping up to be one hell of a return to the classic roots of its beloved series. See, the latest reveal showcase here from yesterday revealed some new troops, enemy factions, and lots more, bringing plenty of nostalgic joy to the longtime fans. And the best part actually is that the Olden Era will launch in early access in just a month or two tops. The new game will have a mix of single-player campaigns, random map generations, and multiplayer modes that offer both classic and new twists, including a yet-to-be-revealed mystery faction as well. Coming up behind that, we have Menace, another upcoming turn-based tactical RPG from the creators of Battle Brothers, which brings you into this intense strategic space frontier with a squad of mercenaries, each with their own unique backstories and personalities. In fact, the focus on squad management and battlefield strategies mixed with RPG friendship mechanics adds a lot of depth to every decision you make here. There's going to be unpredictable, procedurally generated battlefields and a variety of threats. Menace seems to be a rich tactical experience that will definitely keep us excited.
Peace with the mandate of heaven. But for Huang Zhaowu to defy fate is better than to submit.
With that being said, Age of Mythology Retold is making its way to PlayStation 5 as well. And I don't know about you, but this is a huge news for strategy game fans, specifically if you've been waiting for a way to experience the mythical battlegrounds on a console. The game drops on March 4 and it brings that mix of gods, mythical creatures, and ancient legends that made the original a classic 23 years ago. And if you've ever wanted to lead an army of minotaurs and Anubis warriors against your enemies, this will be your good chance. It's definitely one hell of a nostalgia wrapped in some solid strategy gameplay.
The year is 1949 and our enemies are closing in.
So, Grit and Valor 1949 is like if XCOM had a gritty diesel punk cousin set in an alternative World War II version. Instead of just soldiers, you've got mechs stomping through battlefields, which totally switches up the vibe from the typical World War II strategy game. Like, think XCOM 2 if you have played that game, but way more intense. Like one wrong move and you're done for. It's a mix of tactical risk-taking and strategy, so every decision matters, and if you mess up, you might have to rethink everything once all over again. Like, it's even got those Into the Breach vibes, where every battle feels like a tight, high-stakes puzzle. The visuals are pretty cool and in cel shaded, plus there is already a demo on Steam for you to try as well. It's coming out March 26. Finally, we've got Liegecraft, which is looking like a cool mix of Manor Lords and Crusader Kings. If you're into medieval city buildings and empire management, this one should be on your radar. Like, picture this. You're not just building cities, you're managing all the drama and rivalries between your vassals. So yeah, it's not just about expanding your empire and everything, you're also dealing with power plays at court. And what's actually dope here is a mix of big land battles and duels between the important characters. It's got this randomness to it too. Maps are procedurally generated, so every game's a new challenge. Right now it's a single player, but that could actually change since it's still in early development.
To expand your empire, gather your most loyal vassals to raise armies and march into battles against rival kingdoms. Send your bravest knights to merciless duels and your esteemed nobles to host diplomatic gatherings. Those who will act with nobility and honor. Though, don't forget they have their own minds and won't always do what you want. Their actions will have consequences.